Okay, let me make sure I'm still online, or I'm online. Okay, hello, I'm Alex from A.P. Inc. So today I'm going to be picking up where I left off last time, which I've slowly been creating these band logos or signatures. So I left off on Elvis. So I have this reference, and I'll give you the same reference just in case you've been drawing along with me. So this is kind of small, but I'm noticing where I kind of missed here, and I want to fix that before I get into the last logo. I thought it was just the one spot, but the more I look at it, the more I see that I've missed. Which, once this is done, I'm not going back in and like fixing it digitally. This is it. So to try and get it kind of okay looking, and I'm just gonna go over this area again where I think I was too sloppy or something. Okay. So given the space, I don't remember what all I may have said as I was finishing last time. How I can alter this so that there's a bit more gap between the feet, the legs. This is almost Michael Jackson-esque. Um, where he kind of jumped up on when he first uh showed off his moonwalk. I think he jumped up on his tippy toes. I don't know. I know, or at least I think there's a logo or image of Michael Jackson with just his feet similar to this. Maybe that's where he got his inspiration from. I don't know. But if it actually reads as Elvis from the reference and not Michael Jackson, even though it says Elvis here. I'm just trying to figure how I can alter this. I mean, I don't want to get too close to the edge. But I could potentially alter this leg just a little bit, try to make it look like it's more angled towards the camera or the viewer, whatever. Pushing more space between the legs. I am using a 2H pencil. I was getting a bit too muddy here. Even erasing it, you might still be able to see the shadow from where I was trying to figure the hook for the J. So to try to not get so muddy here with the 2H pencil instead of the 2B pencil. To make the anatomy actually make sense here. It looks like I broke his knee. This further back leg. I think I had his torso too vertical. It should be back. But to try to figure out how to have his back arm It looks like I broke his arm. Okay, this is the only way I can figure so his arm doesn't get pushed out into the center circle here, is to have his arm up like this. I am not doing this guy any favors. Does anybody else know those inflatable guys at car dealerships? The inflatable guys with the wiggly arms? That's what I'm seeing here. I mean, maybe it'll look different after I fill it in. I don't know. To erase it and completely and try again, or to try to duplicate it over here. I mean, if I erase it, I don't know what else I can do given the parameters I'm working with here. I'd like to be able to have the whole thing. I know I've already said this, but to have him completely visible. Like, I could have, I, I could like flush this so you only see this arm. Which will take this arm out of the equation. What to do? To actually be able to duplicate this, though. The sleeve on his jacket is a bit more tapered than what I had originally created, so I did try to pull that in some. So by the wrist, it's a bit more form-fitting than by the shoulder. And I think this reference is pulled from Jailbird. I think that was one of his songs. Trying to get this to kind of line up the same. I'm going to use a kneaded eraser to lighten that arm just to see fully what it would look like with only one arm instead of both. So to lighten it without completely erasing it. Excuse me. I mean, it does look weird with one arm, but the way I had his arm also looks weird. Minor detail. I was giving him a bit more of a butt where you clearly can't see any definition of his butt. It's just a straight thigh. If I could just copy and paste. Hot coffee. Try to sharpen this for the finer details. Trying to get his hair to look semi-decent. I mean, given the scale and my own ability, I'm hoping if at the very least you can squint at it and still kind of get what I'm trying to go for. Okay, it's not ideal, but I think that's the kind of only way to go is to put his arm into the cutout. Okay, let's see how bad it is. I'm gonna use, let me do the liner first. I'm gonna use a 0.2 fine liner. Using the same 0.2 fine liner to put in the golden and the platinum. It looked like I actually did break his arm there. I tried to patch that. So I'm gonna fill it in with the 1.0 fine liner. Okay, so again, not perfect, but hopefully if you squint at it, you might get what I'm trying to go for. Okay, for the Elvis, I'm gonna use the same 1.0 fine liner. I was thinking if the line was fat enough, I could go in with a white gel pen to try to create these dots, but it's just not gonna work here. So I'm gonna let that dry, erase the pencil, and then figure some way of cutting it out. I've got an X-Acto knife that might not be the best option for me right now. So I might have to cut it out, cut each circle out. Time flies. I started working on this in the 15th of January. Yeah, I've been trying to think how I'm gonna be able to cut the center out. I've got no choice but to use an X-Acto knife. His leg is a bit fat here. Let me see if I can try to fix this. Cleaning up the eraser dust I just made. That white gel pen just is not doing it. White Posca pen to try to patch that. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry. Okay, I went and got the rest of the project. Okay, so I'm gonna try to very carefully, I think I'll cut out the center first. Cutting the centers out first. Just so the paper is a bit more stable right now. Then to try to fiddle with this after I cut it out, the whole circle, label, whatever. Okay, so for anybody watching who maybe has followed this project from the start, do you, or even if you just stumbled across this, of the bands that I have here, Britney Spears, Destiny's Child, Queen, TLC, Kiss, Spice Girls, Michael Jackson, and Elvis, have you heard any of their music? Do you have a favorite? Do you have a favorite that I don't have here? I tried to pick out bands that I think have kind of changed the face of music, I guess. Like, Elvis kind of created an entire genre unto himself, I think, in my opinion, just for what I know of him. Michael Jackson was the king of pop. Britney Spears was the queen of pop. I mean, Kiss, of the hair metal bands out there, I don't know. For what I know, I think Kiss is one of the few bands that started in makeup, took the makeup off. The makeup didn't really change their fan base. I mean, yeah, there's like Bon Jovi, who could be, I think, lumped into the whole hair band scene. He didn't really get into the makeup aspect of it. I'm not sure how much Bon Jovi continued after he got a haircut. That one was eager to get out. Half done. Okay, I gotta give my wrist a minute. So after I finish cutting the circles out, obviously I'm going to go through and cut the main forms out too. So back when I started this in January, I had done a test because I've got these discs, gold and silver, for gold and platinum. Well, I suppose that might be more of a champagne, but that's the best I could do. Um, but I had done a test, one with glue stick and one with wood glue, because this does have glitter on it. It is coated in something, so I don't think the glitter will fall off. There's nothing on my finger, so I wasn't sure which one would hold together more. I'm pretty sure when I did this, I completely covered, and that's obviously come apart. I mean, if you pull on it, the wood glue will come apart too, but I think wood glue is probably the way I'm gonna go. So just in case you're also using scrapbook glitter paper and you need to glue it to something else, wood glue over glue stick. I love it when they pop out, not so much when they hit me in the eye. I mean, that one didn't really hit me in the eye, but it came really close. Okay, I'm gonna give my wrist another minute before I get into this. I purposely didn't cut the center out on these so I could do it after, but I need to actually figure where the center of these are. So it's two, no, sorry, it's 4 3/4 of an inch. So that would be about 2 1/4, I think. We can hope that that's centered. I don't need to accidentally draw on that. Oh, you know what I could do? I could go get the CD that I was using for this and mark the center that way. That would make sense. I will worry about that in a minute. I think the dot I made there is slight enough that if it's not in the center, the paper should cover it okay. I need to be a bit more careful. That's one. Now I'm trying to think. I had, dang it, I had waited to cut the center out. Because I think I was going to cut the center out on these all together, but that was before I worked myself into the situation that I'm in now. I'm trying to figure how I'm going to do this. Some of these are paperboard, some of these are thin corrugated cardboard. I think some of them are poster board. I'm just gonna make sure that when I glue these on, that I actually put gold on gold and platinum on platinum. halfway. Gonna give my wrist another minute to rest. I'm gonna go grab a CD so I can mark the templates or the discs, whatever. I'll be right back. Kind of curious. The one dot that I did make on the actual disc seemed to take the ink pretty good. I'll let this dry. Ideally, I'd like to cut them out. I'm not sure my wrist is actually up to that, but I'm gonna let this dry. It's not, well, let me fill this in a bit more. I want to see how this looks if I actually lay that on top and see what it looks like. If I could get away with doing that instead of cutting them out. I know I only have 2 left, but... Give me a minute. I'll finish it. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, okay, that's not gonna work, unfortunately. Okay, ink won't work. Probably because of whatever's coated on top of it. I want to see. That's a 2H pencil. I think we'll go B. For tracing the circle. Although, to cut the cardboard first and then lay the circle, or to glue the circle on and then cut it. If I glue it first, I feel like I should wait for it to dry before I cut. If I cut it first, cut the circle out first and then glue it on, and then I just have to make sure it's lined up, which what I could do if I cut it first, that's exactly the same size, so just to make sure I line it up, what I could do is cut it out, put it here, and then line it up to make sure it's 100% lined up. I think that's what I'll do. To make sure I'm actually cutting all the way through. Okay. It doesn't look perfect, because it's not. This is shredding the cardboard a bit more than I really want. If I actually had a punch that I could get that far onto the paper, I'd like it if I could actually get it all the way on. But I could do it that way. Which, I mean, it's not perfect, but that might have to work. I've actually run out of time on this. How mad would you all be if I came back just to finish this part of it? I mean, okay, tracing the inside of this does make the circle a little bit smaller than this. I would actually have to... If I should go back in... I mean, this one is kind of already done, but I could try... That's not too much of a difference from what's already there. Because these don't even fit. Which, I mean, that's not really where I'm going to put them anyway. Regardless, I am going to have to come back and finish this next time. I hope you all aren't too mad. My wrist needs a break anyway. Okay, I am gonna have to come back next time. Yeah. If you'd like to watch me finish this, please make sure that you're following me and that your notifications are turned on so that you're notified for the next time I go live. But other than that, thank you for hanging out with me. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you. Bye.